All right, are you ready to do the thing?
Let's do the thing.
Hello, people of the future, and hello to Poison Sumac, Barbara Saletti. It was so nice meeting you at the East Coast Haunters Convention. And Jordan, Sean Fenner, saw the name.
Yeah.
Scott Cohart, the moderator with the mostest. Jennifer Pew Pew Pew. John C. Ike Camacho, Edson Glutes. Is that it?
No.
Oh, no.
It is not.
Not it. Edson Glutes. Me and the Snit. Hello. Carolina Kiwi Creations. Shannon Hops is watching. Ross Richard. I think I'm saying that right, finally.
Yeah.
Ezekiel Bradshaw from Down Under, or as is often called, the Third World. I don't call it that, but Cobweb isn't here right now to harass you. Warmonger. Very polite, more so than you would think a warmonger would be. Catherine Haynes, Stricken Ghoul, and John C. again. All right. Hello, everybody. So, I am working on a duck, as you can see here.
We're going to introduce our special guest.
Oh, yeah, there's all right. So we have, who often is watching live, Gregory Haynes. Gregory Haynes is with us, and he's working on a still costume for himself. And then over here, can you see Rue? See the camera?
Yeah.
Okay. That's Rue. Rue is here working on stuff. And we'll probably have some others popping in. Very busy day at dark hour. We're doing a video shoot today. So that is all happening in the back of the ground.
Creative Doof says, I thought that I missed y'all last week. Did I? Otherwise, hello. Yes, you did.
Were we on last week?
We were not last week.
Wait, when was Ladies Night?
Ladies' night was the week before.
Oh,
Yeah, we were gone last week.
that's
We were
right.
coming home.
Last week we had just gotten home. It would have been like drive in, do the lot.
Yeah.
And contrary to popular opinion, I do occasionally sleep.
Every once in a while.
Yes. Every 12 days or that we do it up. Rue,
Sean
do you
Fenner
have-
says it's a little hard to hear you. Let me see if I can move our mic up some.
Yeah, we haven't gotten less echoey. Rue, do you have my gator head paper over there?
I don't think so.
Oh, this is.
I know.
Lost your reference.
Yeah, I lost my reference. My reference says.
Carolina Kiwi Creation says, y'all get cicadas yet?
I don't think so. I don't think that we've had them
There
yet.
it is. I found it. I did have it. I didn't have it. It was underneath my chair. That doesn't count.
Edson Glute says, hello, Stacy and Rue. Creative Juice says, no cicadas so far. Most of the eastern states are dealing with the screaming bugs.
I'm sure we will have them. Yeah,
Ezekiel says, a duckadile?
it's stuck, man.
Carolina Kiwi Creation says, we got him. Sounds like someone left a sink or water running in the woods. Makes me have to pee several times a day.
My house just kind of always sounds like that. We're in peak frog season, and it's been so rainy here for us that lots of frogs.
Catherine Haynes says, glad to see my husband in his happy place. Thanks for having him.
Yeah.
Thanks for lending him to us.
Yeah, it's good to see you from this side.
Yeah, the last time Gregory was with us for a monster camp, but that was at the house. So this is a much smaller shop.
Sean Fenner says, weregator.
It was either yesterday or today. Someone brought Gregory back to me because he got lost wandering in the Egyptian set. So
That was yesterday.
was that yesterday? I don't know what day it is. See the aforementioned comment about sleep.
Cripps says, good evening.
Hello, Crypts.
David Quintana says, I made it.
Hello, David Quintana.
Shannon Hopp says, Gregory was also with us at Monster Day.
Yeah, that's right. He joined us in Colorado.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Everyone is thanking Shannon for the Boo Floof video.
Yeah. She knew you guys were suckers for that. I'm putting golf balls in for eyes because I think they're a good size for this.
Ping pong balls?
Yeah, ping pong balls, not golf. White balls.
Those balls would disintegrate if you hit them with a golf ball.
These are very flammable golf ping pong balls. Golf balls, not so much.
So much fun.
Amin Barakat says, hi, thank you for always inspiring me to make stuff. Greetings from Germany.
Hello, greetings.
Crip says, Stacy, did you get the pictures I sent you? No. Where did you send them?
Some place that you didn't
A
look.
place with the thing, the deal. I like that there is fossil identification questions happening in the chat to the chat.
I see. They're not even talking to
They're
us?
not talking to us.
Okay, great. Carry on.
Creative Dude says, I do have a funny cicada story. I used to work in an art museum and we were closing. I noticed something that resembled a candy Easter egg. I touched it and an reversed through the air as the bug flew downstairs and earned a few laughs from us. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, to my email. Okay, let me
They
check.
don't like to be poked. So the cicadas, our dogs love to pick them up with their mouth and just run around with them making that terrible noise in their mouth. Yeah. And then you hear a crunch, crunch, crunch. Ugh.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Thank you, Crips.
What you get?
I got some pictures.
You got set pictures?
Set pictures from What We Do in the Shadows. That is so freaking cool. Initially, when I opened it, like half of the images were broken, but what I could see was cool, and now they're all here. And oh, stealing your thing. Thank you. That is so cool. Oh my gosh. Cat Swift says, Alan, it looks like you've lost quite a bit of weight. Looking good.
Yeah, I'm down a good bit over 50 pounds now. So it's time to be healthier. I want to live.
Carolina Kiwi Creation says, uh-oh, Flammable and Alan. Sounds like a familiar scene.
Hey now, no blowtorches this evening.
Cicada 3301. Carolina Kiwi Creations, that was Warmonger. Carolina Kiwi Creation says, cicadas make for excellent free fishing bait.
Man, my cicada.
Jordan Diesel says, your dogs eat bugs.
Oh yeah. Cheney ate a flower pot. I'm not even kidding. He ate a terracotta flower pot,
Yeah.
and we watched him pass it to prove it.
No.
Like we have receipts,
Woof.
stools, and receipts. We
Creative
have.
Doof says, no. Yeah. Ike Camacho says, agreed, Kat. Was thinking the same thing. Awesome job, Alan. Chucky Belucas says, was great to finally meet you in the crew at Pennsylvania, or in
Yeah.
Pennsylvania at East Coast Hunters Convention.
Yeah.
Crip says, unfortunately, we're destroying the set now because it's all over. Yeah, that is the teardown. Still, cool as hell.
Yeah, there's a lot of haunted houses. If they're in popular film areas, they're already set up and they get calls like when it's time to strike sets, and they will help strike and then
help strike.
and then just keep everything because we scavengers. So I don't know what the easiest way is to show them. I guess the easiest way is to show them here. I am modifying one of the Home Depot werewolves from last year.
2 years ago.
2 years ago. This was the 11-foot tall werewolf that they had, or 10-foot tall werewolf. We modified his body to only be about 8.5 feet tall. And this is his head, which I will move closer as I have 70,000 feet of cord.
Oh, and then some. Scuba Steve says hi.
So this is the very plastic-looking werewolf from Home Depot. Here's his body in progress. I have to back up to get his camera.
I was going to get you.
You giving me a Vanna White route?
He looks so good.
And yeah, they're here his body. Right now he's wearing the fur pants, but he will be all hairy all the time.
Sean Fenner asks, so what is this gator for?
The gator stuff. I can't quite reveal the client.
I could
but
run it over the table behind.
Anyone good at guessing, that's fine. Anyone good at guessing might figure it out.
Jordan Neal says, can you explain the difference between the naga and the lamia?
Yeah, so a lamia is part woman, part lion. In some modern mythos, they are what started vampires. They're kind of a sexual predator, basically, but they are part lion, part woman is their natural form, and then a naga is a
Part snake, right?
well, yeah, it's basically a human's head on a snake body, is the basics of it, but sometimes you will see like the 7-headed cobras called nagas, but that is originally that was a very different thing. And nagas, I believe, I want to be very careful, this is someone's culture, are considered sacred in India. So, I don't know. And they may not be sacred to everyone. They may only be sacred to some, but there is a religious element to nagas.
Carolina Kiwi Creation says, let me guess, pumpkin teeth for the gator teeth?
No, I'll have to. Those are too pointy. Gator teeth are actually pretty darn
Stumpy?
they're peg-like teeth. They have peg teeth.
Cat Swift says, came a bit late. What is gator for?
Just gator stuff, wear it around the house.
John C says, the intestines of cicadas have bacteria and protozoa that can make them sick.
Yeah, they are like spicy, they call them.
Hugo Cordialete says, fantastic wolf. Also, he said hello to me earlier and I forgot to acknowledge that. Hi, Hugo. Creative Deuce says, lamia eat men, naga are more divine. I think that is true. John Sheffield says, hey all. Hey, John. Barbara Saletti says, the werewolf looks awesome. Julie Tinsley says, hi, everyone.
Yeah, lamia eat men, and they prefer men who lie. Just for the record. I know that is, I remember reading that.
Cat Swift says, also showed my brother the walkthrough vid. He's in medicine. He loved the blood room.
Oh, very good.
Jennifer Pugh says, that's one handsome wolf. Creative Deuce says, he's going to blow my house down? Carolina Kiwi Creation says, don't forget, Wolfman's got nards.
Well, I'm not putting any on this one.
Didn't come with any, so.
This is much more of the Howling vein than the Monster Squad vein.
Edson Glute says, like the Beetlejuice snake? For a naga?
Yes, that was kind of a naga. Yeah. And when I was a kid, there was like a naga toy. It was like a PVC figure about this big. It was a really nice snake-headed dude. And I had a couple of them in a few different colors. But I don't know right now what that toy was from. It was a good-looking naga. It might have been part of a D&D toys. I'm not sure. It was one piece PVC, very popular back then.
Sure. Creative Duke says, wear gator when?
Yeah, wear gator. Yeah. Here gator.
Here gator, now gator. Edson Glutes. All right, Edson. Are you ready for my quality Beetlejuice impression? We come for your daughter, Chuck.
Okay.
You're welcome.
That was pretty good. That was
Thanks,
pretty
thanks.
good. Should have been on camera for that.
Yep. Because he said that. So there you go. Creative Duke says sandworm? Question mark.
Sandworm. Sandworms don't have human heads.
Chris Rover says, so they just prefer men?
Yes.
Jordan Easel says, what is an empusa?
Oh man, that's what sucks is that I know that,
Yeah.
and I don't remember it right now. I will frame today with I've had a day. I've had a couple days today, so forgive me if I'm a little off. But man, I feel like I have read about that within the last 3 weeks. So I don't even know what I was working on to give me that info, you know?
Ezekiel asked, what do Sandmans look like? My kids discovered Enter Sandman and wanted to know. I have no clue.
Well, there's been a lot of different ones. My favorite Sandman was they had one on the Real Ghostbusters cartoon. That whole episode is on YouTube, where the Sandman was kind of a bad guy, obviously, and the Real Ghostbusters had a fight with him.
Warmonger says, my mama says alligators are ornery because they have all them teeth and no toothbrush.
That's right. That is why they're mad. That's the whole reason.
John C. says the genus name of the Indian cobra is Naja, named after Naga.
Yeah.
Ezekiel says howling because he has no nards anymore. Barbara Saletti says, what support do you have under the head, Alan?
I actually built this out of wood. I built the support out of wood for this to go onto because I knew it was going to be a humdinger.
Carolina Kiwi Creation says, Clash of the Titans have toys back then?
It wasn't Clash of the Titans, but yes, Clash of the Titans did have toys, and the toy company was mad because, I think it was Kenner, they were mad because they didn't know that Clash of the Titans was going to be an R-rated movie. They're like, we made all these toys for kids, and kids can't see R-rated movies. Dang it. The Kraken from the Clash of the Titans toys is highly sought after because normally in the first 4 or 5 times you played with it, his arms fell off, which always increases the value of a toy 50 years later, but really enrages you if you're a child.
Of course. Creative Duke said Wolfman got neutered. The Beetlejuice snake was called the Sandworm. Silly Zombie 666.
Well, there
Or
were
just Silly Zombie.
sandworms, and then there was the Beetlejuice snake. Because sandworms, that's why
Sandworms. You hate
Beetlejuice
'em,
couldn't
right?
go out of the house. Yeah.
Yeah. Silly Zombie says, yo. Rail Rabbit asks, is that a gator or a croc?
This will be a gator.
Silly Zombie says, my mama says. Scott Colhart says, an empusa or emposa is a shape-shifting female being in Greek mythology said to possess a single leg of copper commanded by Hecate, whose precise nature is obscure.
Okay.
David Quintana says, how much is that gator on the table, the one with the ping pong eyes? How much is that gator on the table?
Well, we have not finished him yet in order to price him. But this gator head may make an appearance as a Nile crocodile somewhere at Gargoyle
Yep.
at some point. It's looking more like a gator.
Oh yeah, looking quite gatory.
My favorite of the crocodilian family is gharials because of how crazy they look. They have big bug eyes, giant nostrils, and a real spindly snout, like a fish gharial. Real sexy crocodilians.
Silly Zombie says, by the way, my sickness grows. I got another 3D printer. Also, Mr. Jimmy just got a resin one.
Nice, nice.
Hey, Rob O.B. Resurrect says, hello, creepers.
Hey,
Hey,
it's
Rob.
So, one of the frustrating things about shows is I have done 2 shows at least with Rob this year, and I've barely hung out with Rob. We're in the same city. We're like 100 feet apart from each other sometimes, and we just don't get to see each other because both of us are swamped. I mean, that's good because we're there for business, but we should try to do dinner at some point next time we're out.
Cat switch is okay. How many people actually saying David's comment? Chris Rover says you can always tell a gator from a croc. If it's a gator, you see them later, but a crocodile in a while. Jennifer Pugh says a resin printer? Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Yeah. We have 3 resin printers over here that we just use to make bat heads. And yeah.
Hey.
But it works a little bit differently, where it dips down and it does a layer at a time with UV light. It's UV curing resin. There's a TV on the bottom. It's complicated.
Jason Gross asks, is your favorite 90s cartoon character Beastman or something else?
It's Beastman. It's Beastman.
For that, you get a Beastman fist bump.
Never doubt that it's Beastman.
Oh, I don't know if that worked or not. Maybe it worked? I can't see.
Oh yeah, we don't know. Did we just do a Beastman fist bump and did it show up?
Did it work? Be cool if it did. Monique. Oh no, sorry. Rob Resurrect says, "Yep, I kind of hate that in terms of being stuck at cons and stuff." Monique says, "I'm new here. Been watching since Halloween season. I love the art part of these videos, and I love Halloween. But I can guess that the gator is to do with something Bayou related."
You could guess that. I can't tell you. I have not officially signed. If I had signed a full non-disclosure on this, then I couldn't even show it to you. But what I did was I said I wouldn't reveal the client. So you can see what I'm making, but you won't know where it's going.
Okay, so they said they heard it, but they didn't see it. I don't know.
You might not have all. Do you have an all effects scene?
I mean, I have a scene that is that effect.
Okay. Yeah, I do all my effects in one scene,
Okay.
and then I just put that in as a source
Okay.
on each one. So the audio is definitely there.
I think that is what I have. I don't know. Rob says MHC is next, I bet.
Yep.
Ross Richard says add spikes to it and have a basic Godzilla.
In a way, yes.
Oh, you know what? I bet it's because I don't have it. But I have the camera.
Everything is Godzilla if you're brave. Camera's on top.
But the camera's on top. Let me see if I can fix that.
Yeah, and all effects is transparent unless you hit a button.
Okay.
And that way you can just leave it on top.
We try again. Beastman fist bump.
Ah, you did it.
Victory is mine. Okay.
Which I ordered the mini Stream Deck.
Yeah, all right.
It's got 6 buttons. It's very cute.
Okay.
And I'm going to use that for my Vine Jungle.
Yeah.
And I also will have a Beastman fist bump there
Very nice.
because it's Beastman.
Jordan Easel quoting me. He loves it when you call him Faux Papa.
Oh, papa.
Ezekiel says, looking like Wally Gator. Very cool. Okay, lots of heard it but didn't see it, heard it didn't see it. Sounds
Avocado.
Blah.
If
Rail
you-
Rabbit says Wally Gator. Missed that show.
If you see it, say avocado. If you saw the Beastman fist.
Jennifer Pugh says, you guys need to do a Scooby-Doo laugh track on the Stream Deck. Silly Zombie says, by the way, do you know of the Skeletor versus Beastman music video done by Bam Margera? I almost 3D printed you a litho of that version of Beastman.
No.
I do know of that one, and he won't like it.
Yeah. Are they kissing and stuff? That happens a lot with He-Man characters.
No, we're not kissing.
Pride Month is really big on the He-Man forums.
Yeah. Rob O'Brien says, I have a really good guess where it's going.
Yeah, you do.
Jordan Diesel asks how I spell my last name. Hawkins, Hawkins.
Just like the town in
Stranger Things.
Danger Strings.
Ike Camacho asks, is it for Happy Gilmore too?
Electric Boogaloo. Hey, I did help make the tail, alligator tail of Joe Dirt.
Really?
I did.
That's awesome. Silly Zombie says, I'll be at MHC after I sold out of those death whistles. I got a large order and was told to come into MHC. There we go. Jennifer Pugh says, woot! Full fist bump. Fist bump, avocado, 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 avoric. Silly Zombie says, I know he won't, that's why I mentioned it. I mean, it kind of works for Pride Month. I guess. I don't know that I would put up anything that Bam Margera made as pride friendly, but
Oh, yeah.
Rail Rabbit says, I see a really hairy man in the background. I'll have you know that I have a name, okay? Sean Fenner says, I saw the blood room from the Wife Walk Patreon. Would love to see it in show light. Any chance we could get pics at some point?
I'm sure it's possible.
Yep. We'll put them on the Patreon. That's patreon.com/
Yeah.
StiltBeStudios.
Stacy, you're in charge of that.
Yeah,
Just
I am
remember
in
to
charge
do
of
that.
You're correct. Silly Zombie says, I mean, you aren't wrong. Edson Boot says, Mama is asking, did y'all get any of those storms?
We had
Yes.
crazy storms this weekend here in Plano. No tornadoes for us. We're under a tornado warning right now.
Yeah.
Tornado watch, I think. We're under a watch right now, so yeah. Oh, Alexa, what time is it?
7:32.
I have to step out at 8 o'clock.
Yes.
I have a Haunted Attraction Association meeting I have to attend. I don't think it will take that long. I'm going to have Rue jump on the gator head while I'm gone. And I have no doubt that things will carry
Rock along
on.
as usual. Yeah. Rob says, Bam is one of my customers. That's cool. Warmonger says, coming soon, the Beastman mooning.
Turns out everybody needs pants.
Everybody needs pants.
Everybody poops.
Sometimes. Ross Richard says, we've had naders here in Tennessee.
Oh.
Ralph or the other one? Rail Rabbit says, we had a microburst hit Gastonia, North Carolina today. Dang. Sean Fenner says, damn it, rename your ALEXA. Never. Cat Swift says, my brother is still leery about my fascination with horror. He was concerned where you got the blood bags. The internet?
Amazon. They're meant to put shots in for Halloween. Yeah, they're drinking paraphernalia.
Jennifer Pugh says, my kids had a book called Everybody Poops. Yep.
Yes. Yes, it was big. Could have been taken a couple ways, but
Jennifer Pugh says, Amazon has blood bags. Yes, they do. How's it looking?
Better. It's a brand new shirt, but it's
hit your cuffs really good.
cuffs.
Your cuffs, yeah. Because that's the areas where you're going to see wears. You're going to see it on the cuffs. You're going to see it on the edge of that bib and around the collar.
Oh.
Don't distress anything that is structural. Like don't go through a seam.
Yeah. I gave him a brief rundown.
Okay.
On the, oh, this will separate and become a non-attached thing.
We want this to stay attached, please.
Edson Glute says, okay, Mama asking did the girls finish those outfits from Ladies' Night? Yes, we did.
So I have an Edson question. Edson, you responded to something on the Facebook where you were changing out a fuel pump in a vehicle, I think that had a lady's name like Lucille or Stella or something like that. What kind of vehicle is that?
Jordan Easel says, me and my family are eating like royalty tonight. We'll be having Mickey D's. I got a double quarter pounder with Big Mac sauce. Yummy.
Yeah.
I had a piece of pizza because pizza is back.
Is it back?
It's back, baby.
It's totally back?
Totally back.
That's great.
I am so
Only
pleased.
took 7 years.
I know. And now it is very difficult not to want to eat pizza at absolutely every
All
meal.
the time.
I know, right?
I enjoy pizza, therefore I'm having pizza.
Right. Rail Rabbit says, all these tornadoes, I swear, someone's playing Jumanji.
Es posible.
Edson says, when you leave, Alan, pick up the loose cords. Sorry, Rue.
Yeah, if Rue doesn't take him out.
Cat Swift, talking about her brother, says he's learned not to ask most of the time, which is so weird because I raised him, or maybe that's why he's concerned. Jennifer Pugh says, ladies' night, hit the button, Stacy. You gonna be mad? Ladies' night button.
Why would I be mad?
I don't know, because you said we'd never do it again, so.
Well, it's not ladies' night. You
That's
can hit
true.
the button if you want
Okay. Ladies' night. Oh, no,
to. Sick burn, yo.
still under the camera. You just got the woo. Sorry, guys.
It's all fun and games till you get the woo.
All fun and games till you get the woo. We try again. Ladies' night. There we go.
That was so loud on the other end.
I bet it was.
That was her terrible plan.
I regret nothing. Jennifer Hughes says, hit the button, Stacey. Edson says it's a water pump, and Ethel is a 1958 Edsel pacer. Thanks
God.
for asking.
Ethel the Edsel.
Julie Tinsley says, poor man sloppy joes and fries. Ross Richards says, guess who's back? Back again.
You know
Pizza's
what?
back.
I
Tell
haven't
a
had
friend.
sloppy joes in a long time, and I'm probably okay with that. But this is more insights into my terrible childhood.
Oh.
The way that they were made in my house was a can of sloppy joe mix and a can of water,
Oh.
which wasn't very good. But it did give you twice as much sloppy joe juice.
Well, there you go.
Juicy Joes, we'll call
Juicy
them.
Joes. No.
So pretty much you're eating beef flavored bread.
The soggiest of soggy.
Yeah.
Which at least at that point, serve it like soup and just dip your bread in. Like.
No, you're gonna do that.
Jordan says, no logo. Yeah, we got the audio at least. Jennifer P says, yeah, ladies plus Alan. So by ladies, it's just,
And Rue.
It's
Rue's
just
here too.
It's just me, and I'm the only lady in the shop tonight, and it's still ladies' night. Jason Gross says, thanks for the answer about Beastman. Do you have a second favorite 80s cartoon character?
Yes, I do. Let me think on that, because second is going to be really tough.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be Monstar from Silverhawks. Monstar, who was a Mumra knockoff, but in space, not an Egyptian mummy, completely different.
Jordan says, avocado saw it.
Give me-
J.W. Rudiger says, howdy from Virginia's Lost Colony, the Eastern Shore. I love watching you sculpt. Thanks for sharing your talent.
Hello. Oh, thanks. Appreciate it. I'm just looking at the picture and making what I've got in front of me more like the picture. That's my main reference right up here. And what I'm adding in now, if you look at him, his jaw's not straight. He's got this hump here, he's got a hump here, and this hump matches this dip, and this hump matches this dip. So now, this hump matches this dip, this hump matches this dip. So that is what I have been adding in.
Also, just a note on your reference.
Yeah.
Only because I answered a question about this in Latex Math Central today. That none of your reference is exactly the same angle. You've got a lot of different
Yeah.
angles there, so you're not just looking at it straight on, and you're not just looking at it from the side. Having those multiple angles is super helpful.
I also, I had a couple that were too much of all looking one way, and I just flipped them.
Yeah, there
I
you
just
go.
flipped it so that my eye had a reference for that.
Ezekiel says, educate the third worlder on sloppy joes.
Okay, Sloppy Joe's, a brand name would be Manwich. Basically, it's a soupy ground beef in a can that you would heat up, and some people made their own, but the real stuff just plops out of a can like cranberry dressing. Yeah. So it's a canned sandwich material.
Like a tomato base.
It's a candwich.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a zesty tomato base that is oddly orange with ground beef in it.
Edson says, it's Edson's Edsel Ethel.
Got it.
Jennifer Pugh says, I like him extra sloppy. Ron Bryan says, come on kids, get your helper.
Yeah.
Julie Tinsley says, in our house, half a cup of water and a half a cup of ketchup on ground beef. Rail Rabbit says, a toothless gator is an interesting creature.
Yes.
Warmonger says, Alan's traumatized by childhood Juicy Joes.
Oh man, there are things that I'm traumatized by, but that's not that high on the list. That actually wasn't bad.
At 1980, Sloppy Joe's. It's ground beef, tomato sauce, assorted spices, served loose on... Oh, loose. I don't like that.
When Shannon, when me and Shannon like first started dating, she said, you know, come over, I'll grill some steaks. I said, I don't really like steak because my family cooked steak until it asked for help. They were rock hard, chewy, crunchy steak briquettes is how my family cooked them. We were not from a culinary family, so it was not the best. I'm like, you know what? There's a lot of things better than steak. Now that I have had steak cooked to a proper edible temperature, I enjoy it very much.
Julie Tinsley says, poor man's, no going to buy pre-made cans of mix. Ike Camacho says, Captain Caveman or Hong Kong Fooey?
Well, those are good. So if you're talking Hanna-Barbera, Captain Caveman was actually a nickname of mine because I would yell that as I was playing crease defense on the lacrosse team. So, yeah.
Jordan Easel says, how does this sound? Chili made with ground pork, ground beef, ground venison, any pepper and spice of your choice, and bone broth.
Okay.
On a sandwich?
Good to me.
Yeah, I
Yes.
just,
Does she need eye bags, do you think?
Does the logo have them?
Her eyes are all
Logo.
shadowed.
Let me see.
Eyes are black.
Jason Gross says, Silverhawks, nice, that's a deep cut.
I would darken around the eyes. Shadow gray.
Shadowed?
Yeah.
Brian Miller says, Manwich doesn't have ground beef in it, you add ground beef.
I thought it. My family did that.
It's just the sauce.
It was just the can,
That's
and
hilarious.
then a can of water.
There you go. Michelle Wolcott says, forever calling it Canwich. Sean Fenner says, I vote for Speed Buggy for a favorite cartoon character.
What are we calling Canwich? Manwich?
Yeah.
I love sandwich.
Because it comes out of a can.
Because of the can, yeah.
Sandwich.
Creative Doof says, silly question, but do you also use characters from video games as inspiration?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, everything is inspiration. If something stands still long enough and looks cool, I'm going to use it for inspiration. That's how that goes.
Jennifer Pugh says, do you guys have a monster camp this weekend?
Yes. Wait, is that this weekend, Brew?
Yep, sure is.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Yes, Al. Yes, it is.
Edson Glue says, oh, you're related to my mother-in-law. That's how she cooks meats. John C. says, your family made mistakes.
You're not wrong. I am chief among them.
Rail Rabbit says, courage the cowardly dog.
Yeah, and then, underdog, and then...
Underdog.
what was the dog that did karate? Because that was when karate was new for us.
Ezekiel says, leather steaks, damn, nasty. Yeah. Jason Harris says, hello all.
Hello.
Creative Doof says, also your gator head could also be part of a dinosaur.
It could, I guess.
Ezekiel says, thanks for the insights. I won't do canwiches in my future.
Yeah, don't do them the way we did them. That's for sure.
Rob O'Brien says, we did a very different sloppy Joe. Where I'm from, it's a made right, which is a steamed, seasoned ground beef.
Okay.
Cat Swift says, my mom's complete cooking ability was sloppy joes and cream tuna on toast. Probably why I'm a great scratch cook. Survival. Jason Harris says Kung Fooey. Rob O'Brien says Hong Kong Fooey.
Hong Kong Fooey, that's who it was. He was
Everyone
funny.
has said Hong Kong Fooey.
And you know what? I'd say my second favorite character, I named one of my first dogs after them, Muttley.
Oh,
Muttley. He did that a lot. And he was a bad guy. And he laughed when people got hurt. I can relate.
So that instantly made him cool.
Yeah.
Jordan Easel says, pro tip, when eating McDonald's food, finish the fries before you touch anything else or they go soggy.
Yes.
Quality tip. Rail Rabbit says Hong Kong Fooey, #1 super guy. Jason Harris says, I love Muttley. John C says it's spelled Fooey, F-U-E-Y, 1974. Ezekiel says Wacky Races was the bomb, the Any Hill mob.
Yeah, all the Hannah. I loved crossovers. One of my favorite movies I don't mention near enough is Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein,
Nice.
which has the Wolfman, it has Dracula, it has obviously Frankenstein. I think that was Glenn Strange who played that, but I'm not sure. I know it wasn't Boris.
So my new favorite crossover, I only just found out about yesterday on the show Actually, and it is that the X-Men did a crossover episode with Saturday Night Live.
So did they?
Yeah.
Like which X-Men?
I will find out.
In the 70s, 80s, like crossovers were, and I like crossovers more than I like mashups. We all know how much I love mashups. As much as I love honk clubs. Darken above the eye a bit too.
I lied. It wasn't X-Men. It was Spider-Man. Marvel team up. Spider-Man featuring the not ready for primetime players. Delightful.
Can you tell who was there?
Let's see.
So something that I see happening because of AI, reference is getting harder.
Yeah.
Because when I put in alligator head, I got a lot of not alligator heads called alligator head that was sketchy AI renderings.
Ezekiel says Wacky Races was the bomb. We already said that, right? Pro tip: don't eat McDonald's. Creative Dude says Muttley would only snicker at Dick Dastardly, and that was because his schemes would literally blow up in his face.
Yeah.
Sean Fenner says I like Scooby-Doo's Laugh Olympics. My favorite cartoon characters all in one spot. Jason Harris said great movie.
I'm also a big fan of. Holy crap! What was I about to say? It's gone. Never mind.
John C says no, it's not. It's Phooey, P-H-O-O-E-Y. Ezekiel says I have a half-built Muttley, so awesome.
There was one time on Super Friends where this was before the Titanic's wreck was found, and they made the Titanic come alive, and it was a character, and it was a giant possessed Titanic that came up from the ocean floor and ate other boats. I'm not even kidding.
Rail Rabbit says I don't want to step on toes, but Snorks and Smurfs are the same show. One was just underwater.
They're not the same show. Okay, hold on. I think that Smurfs are much older. Smurfs came around just after World War I, and they were French anti-communist propaganda.
Yep.
Is what they were made for. They're also credited for having the first zombie story where you can catch the infection.
By getting bitten.
Yeah, and that was by getting bitten. And that was when there was a purple Smurf
Say that 3 times.
who did not say Smurf. They said bonk, conk.
It was like snap. Something. I can't
They said something that wasn't Smurf.
remember. Nap.
And then Knap, yes,
Knap, yeah.
Knap. And they said that, and then they would bite another Smurf who would then turn purple, and often they would bite them on their tails. Yes, Smurfs have tails. When did I become a Smurf expert? Well, we had we made some zombie Smurfs for a show 2 years ago. So there you go.
Jordan Neal says, I love Secret Squirrel and the Perils of Penelope Pitstop. Creative Juice says, did Penelope Pitstop and Peter Perfect go on to be an item? Just curious. That question was directed for the wacky racist fans. Ezekiel says, I think Peter Perfect ended up coming out. David Quintana says, oh my god, alligator head. What kind of sick prawn did that pop up? Just saying. Oh god. Creative Juice says, purple perf. John C. says, Stacey, can you read my last comment? I don't know if it's showing up on Jennifer's end. Your last comment, John C., that I have is, no, it's not. It's Phooey, P-H-O-O-E-Y.
And snorks were ripoffs of the Smurfs,
Yes.
but underwater. Yes.
Michelle Wolcott says, the depth of your knowledge on lore is astounding. Ike Camacho says, did you like the Pink Panther cartoons, Jabberjaws and Tijuana Toads?
I enjoyed Pink Panther. I was very confused. Is he a cartoon character? Is he a weird French detective? I was unsure, and it was very odd to me. Because there was a movie to Pink Panther, then there was the cartoon to Pink Panther, and he sold insulation.
Yes.
So
He's still selling
he
insulation.
still sells insulation, and I don't understand how all of that works together.
Sean Fenner says, did Masters of the Universe ever do a crossover with Thundercats? Do we need to make this happen?
Only in comic books, they have not done it in person.
Okay, so the cast from the Spider-Man meets the Not Ready for Primetime players.
Yes.
So obviously featuring Spider-Man, Dan Aykroyd, John Belushi, Jane Curtin, Garrett Morris, Bill Murray, Lorraine Newman, and Gilda Radner, with supporting characters Mary Jane Watson, antagonists the Silver Samurai, Harry and Sammy, and other characters featured were Stan Lee, Rick Jones, Lorne Michaels, Miss Marvel, The Thing, Saturday Night Live spectators, Ken Morrow, Harry, and Gale. So there you go.
Yeah. There was a period of time where Marvel just hoarded themselves out to everybody.
Oh yeah. Creative Dude says, okay. Ezekiel says, Slowpoke Rodriguez is my favorite character. Real Rabbit says, dinosaurs, not the mama.
So, Slowpoke and Speedy, I had the habit of, I would just drop into their voices all the time. That's kind of racist, so I worked to stop doing that. But I enjoyed them as kids, and their voices and mannerisms stuck with me. And the 80s were a wild time.
Ike Camacho says, Slowpoke rocks. Edson says, Pink Panther theme was the first thing I learned on bass. Nice. Thomas K says, well, I guess I hit my quota of Smurf knowledge for the rest of my life.
Yeah, you probably didn't need all that.
And it is 7:54.
It was a really deep rabbit hole we went down.
Yeah,
on
they were
Smurfs.
much darker before they became a children's cartoon too. Like Gargamel ate them.
Oh yeah.
That's why he was catching them, was to eat them. And they lived in mushroom houses because if Gargamel ate part of their house, he got stoned. Good times. That didn't make it in the children's cartoon. I'm not saying it has the place, I'm just saying it didn't make it. Hey, Rue,
Sir,
you ready to tag out on this guy?
hey,
Yeah. I'm happy
Ezekiel
with-
says, I've heard in the USA that there's a real push to cancel them due to racial stuff. Not happening in the third world yet.
What, Smurfs?
You know say.
Oh, he probably means Speedy
Oh,
and
yeah.
Slowpoke.
Ike Camacho says, I hated Tweety the Roadrunner and Jerry. They always got away with crud.
That's one of those things, though. It's where every Hispanic person that I've talked to is like, they're fine. Like, I don't mind it at all. But, you know, somewhere there's an angry white
Still
woman
make it racist.
over almost everything.
Jordan Easel says, has anyone heard of or watched the Phantom Toll Booth? It's free to watch on YouTube.
I have not. Is this out of the blue? That? Are there Smurfs?
You want to say? Jason Harris says, Captain Caveman.
Yeah. I like that he had the club and he would hit the button and the little dinosaur would come out and yell stuff.
Rail Rabbit says, there's claims that Peter Pan was also originally a dark story. Creative Doof says, supposedly both Speedy Gonzalez and Slowpoke Rodriguez were deemed racist, but people loved them anyways. I think the WB eventually backed off. Lion Cook Thor, 2006 Jamie Thaxton, longest name on YouTube.
Longest name on YouTube.
Hey,
Hello.
buddy.
That's it. Line Cook Thor's here. I'm leaving.
Night Danny says, I found a vintage 70s Speedy Gonzalez plush. It's in pretty good shape. Nice.
That's a good start.
Ike
a good
Camacho
start.
says, K. Boot. Ezekiel says, I have a ton of Speedy and Slowpoke stuff. I even have the Crows and Grasshopper as vinyl dolls. That's cool.
Did you ever find the top of the head
Huh?
shot? No top of the head shots?
I went there and I had emails that I had to address for business purposes. So you just have to whip alligator down your phone.
That was my dancing name.
Gatorhead.
Whipped out Gatorhead.
I'm gonna move tripod cam over here so we can get some Gregory Haynes action. Straight edge action.
I think I'm just gonna lump up his head real bad.
I'm gonna see if I can fix this. Switch these. Hang tight, guys. We're gonna do an experiment.
We do a. Oh crap!
Aha!
I have to go through 2 danger areas.
Danger zone.
Where I want it.
Got it.
Have you activated the Gregory cam yet at all?
Yep, we're on Greg Cam right now.
Hooray! You get pretty good at that, Stacy.
I'm doing my level best, y'all.
Well, you hadn't really done any of the setup at all before we started here.
No. Not really.
It's all what I could learn on the internet before we went
Now
live.
we're
Yeah.
producing.
Yeah.
Okay. Langer sources, love you guys too. Creative Deuce says, just combine Captain Caveman and Hong Kong Phooey. That way we can get Captain Phooey.
Captain Truly.
Creative Deuce says, Gator got a splitting headache. Ross Richard says, hi, Alex.
Hello.
Nice Jenny says, get her done. Oh, she does so nice. Yeah. So say we all. So say we all. We've got Chris and Tan in the shop right now.
Say hi.
Let's see. I support this plan.
You should bring one less slice of pizza to the fridge. One less slice of pizza should go to the fridge. Whatever.
Tan and Chris. Tan is a right there.
Hawaiian is
You know
my
the thing.
favorite.
Is our previous Monster Camp attendees coming to intern with us for a couple of weeks, which is awesome. And Chris is there it is.
Tan, promote yourself.
Yeah.
What am I saying?
Come over
Where are
here.
you from? What do you do?
Ohio. You make noisy things.
Make noisy things. What's the
And
name of your
masks.
company?
Project Backfire. Where am I looking?
Okay, look right here. That looks so good, Brew.
I did barely anything on this so far. I just took over from Alan.
Yeah. John see it
I
says
did
I
all
blocked
of
for
that
some
one.
reason. I see you, John, so I'm not entirely sure.
You could say, I did this.
Ezekiel says,
Yeah, I
I always
did
had the
all of
desire to
this.
scream Captain Caveman in super reverby car parks.
You don't know what it is.
There we go. Okay. There we go.
This has become quite the regular thing between Alan and I. Is that we just kind of high five and pass stuff off between each other now? Because
Now we can see your face.
sometimes you get bored of doing it.
Bye, 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 bye.
Bye. Or maybe not so much bored of doing it, but start to get cross-eyed doing it too.
Rob O'Brien says, hey girl, hey, Tan. She's gone already. It's too slow.
She ran away. Yeah, you start to get cross-eyed doing this too long. That and Alan really likes to do block everything out and maybe not so much get into the fine detail stuff. And the fine detail stuff is kind of my jam.
It takes a lot longer.
Yeah, it's he don't like the fine detail stuff as much as I do. But I like texture. Texture. Wow.
He's down to the living room. The AJ room. I think it's nice.
Stacy?
Yeah.
All right, where else do we need to go?
Okay. I might. This is gonna be tucked in.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
gonna be tucked in.
It's tucked in, then I wouldn't worry too much about the bottom.
And then outside.
Looks pretty good. Pretty good. I might
Yeah, I'm
do
just taking all
a
of
little
these
bit more
rake lines right
on,
now.
like your elbow points, like the spots where your elbows will hit.
I guess only one
That'll
of us should talk
be
about
a
it.
spot where you have a lot of wear. Even if you took that all the way through, even though it's going to be under your jacket, again, if you,
Option.
yeah, options. So yeah. So I'd say
Elbow
wear
areas.
your elbows out. Yeah.
Okay. Where are the elbows?
Ezekiel says, "Hey Rue, if I wanted to send you something, easier to send it to Dark Hour?
Either or.
If it's Tim Tams, you should definitely send it to Dark Hour. We'll make sure he gets it."
I will definitely make sure he gets them.
And I haven't had 10 times
We,
in years.
Yeah. Rail Rabbit says, "So is that a Yeti in the background I see? Gray and white fur looks like legs."
No, that is a werewolf.
It's a werewolf.
That is one of the other projects that we're doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm taking all of these heavy rake lines and I'm kind of just knocking them back right now.
Yeah, Ezekiel spoiled us during, was it 2020?
We were so spoiled there for a
He
while.
sent us a bunch of Tim Tams, and oh man, did we enjoy that. Very spoiled. 1980 says, if Rue's helping Alan, does that make him a Gatorade? Okay, that one was funny. Rail Rabbit says, oh, even better. Yeah, I'll see if I can get you the headshot of the wolf here real quick.
It's not marking my nose.
There you go. Use that dust.
Playlist.
Alright, now we'll tap it. Let's see. Show you this werewolf. Hey, look. Werewolf. That's his head. This is the 12-foot, 10-foot, whatever, tall werewolf at Home Depot? had?
Yeah.
Yeah. Home
Yes.
Depot.
Home Depot had him, we took 18 inches out of ours
Yeah, shorten him up a little
because
bit.
he was just too tall.
You should tell him. Beautiful.
And disproportionately, like he was all legs.
Yeah.
So we took a big section out of his legs.
Yeah. Stricken Ghoul says they're wolf. Ezekiel's talking to Jamie, blah, blah, blah. Creative Juice says, I like building up the clay forms. The details were kind of a mixed blessing. Sometimes they would come out great, and sometimes not so great. Best idea done, a double-headed spiked club. Nice.
One thing you can't notice that I'm doing right here is, so this is a texture tool. I'm actually rolling it as I'm using it, so I don't get the exact same texture repeating over and over again. So I'm breaking up the texture so that it doesn't create a repeating pattern the whole time.
It's a good texture.
Ezekiel said, postage got mental there for a bit. I know all of you are due for a care package. I got some new shirts done, so let's make it happen.
Heck yeah.
Ezekiel, you spoil us. Rail Rabbit says, looks like the alpha wolf.
Ezekiel, saw you started doing some shred before bed preparation stuff
Hey.
going on. Happy to see that. Missed it. Fun to watch stuff.
Creative Duke said that Double-Headed Spiked Club actually got into the student show at college. Nice.
Because that's where a double-headed spiked club needs to be.
Heck yeah. Lily Zombie says, their wolf, their castle. Edson says, Rue, did you get that Hearst link I sent you?
Which one? I get lots of Hearst links. Probably.
Ezekiel says, ah, no, you spoil me. Listen, I'm team mutual spoiling. It's
Oh yeah, this
It's
texture
gone.
is
Are
the
you
right
out?
texture for
all right,
this.
bye, 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 bye.
Boy score.
Lion Cook Thor says, Ezekiel's an amazing person. Can confirm.
Yep. Someday gonna go visit Ezekiel.
Oh, yeah. That would be wonderful.
Someday.
Edson says it was an auction link.
Oh yeah. I don't have any money.
Bold of you to assume. 1980 says kneel before Izod. Is
I
Izod
try
the-
not to look at auction links very long. Kind of get a lot of them.
Izod is the gator, right? Polo's the guy on the horse. Izod is the gator.
Yes, Izod is the gator.
That tracks.
Yeah.
Ezekiel says, my hands are so good now. So much work done by physiotherapy. I honestly thought I'd never play again. Oh, wow. Well, congrats on getting your hands functioning again.
Yeah.
Edson says it was a 1960 Cadillac.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I saw that one in particular. And yeah, that's another one of those that I look at the link and I go, yep, that's pretty. I can't look at that anymore because I might go out and get a loan and try and buy it. And I cannot do that right now. I got other spendies to do. Like lots of them.
Oh, them other spendies.
Trying to buy a house right now.
Warmonger asks, is this gator sculpt finished since you're working on texture?
Not necessarily. I like to get a good texture going along with stuff.
Creative Doof says, spoiling is an approved activity. Yeah.
I have found in a lot of the sculpting that texture moves something so much farther down the line than where it was at. Oh boy, you can't really tell on camera so much. But this side versus this side make a massive difference. And leaving something slightly lumpy when you're making something so organic really does actually help it.
Edson says if you plan on coming to Colorado, it's only a 14-hour drive to pick it up. Just saying.
Yeah.
Cat Swift says, sure you can, Rue. We give you permission to buy all the cars.
Yeah, sure. I'll just start a GoFundMe and then you can help me buy them too.
Ezekiel says, no plans to leave my kids any money. I have guitars to buy and skulls to collect. See, you leave them guitars and skulls, and it's on them to either turn that into money or keep it as awesome things.
Yeah.
Oh, I just like said a thing in my heart. Ugh. I'm like, yep, I'm gonna be inheriting some guitars.
I'm sorry, Stacy.
Yeah, me too. Blah. Thank you, Edson. You super chatted us $5. Rue's Hearst Fund. It's a start.
There is a hearse out there in the world that someday is going to go up for sale. And if it ever does, I will find the means to buy it.
What
But
hearse
it
is
is-
that?
Can't exactly say. But,
Oh, okay. I know the one you're talking about.
yeah.
1980 says, Mama said gators are mad because I got all them teeth and no toothbrush. Yep. Shannon says, Stacey, do you need tea? I'm okay. Thank you, Shannon. Bye.
Bam! It's looking cool. Gators.
Go back to straight. Thank you, Ezekiel. He sent you $7.99.
I look better.
The super chat going strong. All right, both of you guys get a Beastman fist bump, which I think is in the correct spot to do. Oh, I don't have it in picture-in-picture. Hold, please.
Meh.
Try if I can. Yeah. Son of a. Hang on. Osbach you. There we go. Beastman fist bump. Aha!
Aha!
Listen, I'm still getting it figured out, okay? It's a Robert! Ezekiel says Rue's Rat Rod Hearst Fun. There we go.
Gotta get my regular hot rod back up and running.
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
And my motorcycle, which I just bought new cylinder heads for. So that's fun. Because I made a major mistake while trying to fix my cylinder heads.
Robin Brent says $7.99 Australia. What's that, like $1.42 in the US? I have no idea. English major. I was promised there'd be no math. Edson says, you're living in the best part of the country to buy a hearse or limo. There's a company who revamps them in Texas.
Oh, I know. I see them a lot. I have a buddy that actually is kind of the unofficial guy to know about hearses in Texas. But, if I were ever really looking for one, he would be my first stop.
Sean Fenner asks, Rue, how's the leg?
Leg is fine. So, leg. So I started wearing this boot regularly because I kept getting these crazy shooting nerve pains down my foot from the old accident, from the car accident I was in 2 years ago. And, well, about a week maybe after I started wearing the boot, I lost all nerve feeling in the foot, down where that nerve goes. So, yeah, I don't think that's a good thing. I think that's a bad thing. But Because generally when you lose nerve feeling, it doesn't come back. Hi, Tober.
We have the whole fan family. Say hi, guys.
We're not here.
No.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Did you tell your story of how you broke the boot?
How I broke them. I did not tell the story of how I broke my boot.
Story time. How'd you break the boot?
So we went to an absolutely incredible haunted house it was terrible. It was awful. Totally awful. So we went to this incredible haunted house I was saying that because Robert's wife Eden did not get to go with us, even though she was supposed to. So I was trying to make her feel better. But no, it was amazing. And we're walking through the haunted house, and my boot starts to feel just a little bit weird after one of the workers jumped out and scared me, and I kind of stepped off crookedly, and my boot started feeling weird, and then walked a little bit more, and walked a little bit more, and my boot just kept feeling weirder and weirder until it was broke.
Yeah.
The boot itself was actually broken, and it was no fun at all. So, on the way back from said haunted house, we stopped at a gas station. I went inside, bought a set of bolts, and replaced the bolt in my boot, and repaired it at a gas station on the road. And everybody thought I was silly.
Edson says, and that's why I idolize you, sir.
It totally worked.
Almatra Art says, hello, everyone.
Hi, Almatra Art.
Almatra Art.
Bum, bum, bum.
Ezekiel says that boot was not made for walking.
It was not. And I hate it. I hate this boot so bad. The sole of the boot is not the same height as any of my shoes. None of my shoes are the same height, thickness of sole as this boot is. And it drives me completely insane.
Big Dan Custom Art says, hi, Stacy and Rue.
Hello, Big
Hi.
Dan Custom Art.
Katsu says, you broke the boot. I've never heard about somebody breaking the boot. Busted.
Yeah,
Stricken
I
Rule-
break things.
Stricken Rule says, cue the MacGyver theme for Rue.
Yeah.
David Quintana says, son of a beast. Edson Glug says, this was brought to you by Rue's zip tie moment.
Mm-hmm.
1980 says, at least the boot hides the ankle monitor.
You're funny. You know, I've never actually been arrested. Not once.
Knock on wood.
I've gotten very lucky. Because, yeah.
Ezekiel says, throw the boot on the belt sander.
What of gosh. Oh, to thin out the sole of it? I got it. That would be awesome, actually. I think I would
Almatra
enjoy
Art
that.
says, thanks. David Quintana says, I got a 89 FLH and a 95 Softail.
Ah! I have an 01 FLHT and no longer any of the rest.
Ezekiel says, you ain't trying, Rue. Catswood says, wait, you lost nerve feeling in the foot, but you're still wearing the boot?
Yes.
1980,
The boot didn't cause the loss of nerve feeling. Pretty sure.
1980 says, all the good serial killers are still out there.
Yeah, I don't blame the boot at all for losing the nerves in it. I blame the nerve being caught between my bones and causing electric pain constantly that it
Yeah.
finally just lost.
Jennifer Pugh asks, does the gator get scales?
Gators don't actually have a lot of scales. They have scutes, which are down the back of them, which is all down that thing over there. Which
The camera is no longer
I
facing.
can, yeah. Let's see.
Pivot.
Do a rotate. Right at my head.
John C. Okay. Type your email out.
Let's see.
Whatever your email is, and then do not use the ampersand sign. Just write the letter word like at, and then whatever the thing is, and then don't write like period com. Just write dot com, because I think it is censoring automatically your email, and they think it's spam, and so they're just not even. I'm not even seeing anything that has your email on it. So try that.
Yeah.
Randy Wise says, I want the gator. I've been looking for one. Well, once we get him finished. Cat Swift says, Rue, how will this affect your stilt walking?
It doesn't. It doesn't at all. It's in fact, the stilts are so much like the boot that I've worn stilts a couple of times now. Even they feel exactly like wearing the boot. So it does the exact same thing. It holds my foot in place and doesn't let it move. So it doesn't change it at all.
Jennifer Pugh says, I've gotten myself blocked from my laptop. Is that like automatically blocked on the feed, or?
I had to confuse.
Yeah, this is trying to get an email to Jennifer Pugh. Yeah, basically, if you want to share it in the chat, I think you have to make it look like not an email, because I think YouTube chat bots think it is.
Bots do a blocky.
Think you are trying to be scammy and spammy, and
The chat in my game is super, super sensitive,
yeah.
and it will block everything. Everything. It blocks LOL. If you
Jennifer
try
Pugh
and-
says, yeah, I can post, but it doesn't show up for you. Grr, I just want to send a pic to John C. Yeah, like, maybe make it 2 comments. Like, if your email is jenniferpugh@gmail.com, like, Jennifer no space Pugh, and then the next, like, comment be Gmail. Like, Jennifer Pugh says, well, maybe I do want to be scammy. Well, then no. Casper says, yes, Rue, we can see the texturing on screen. Subtle but effective.
Yeah, it's hard to see how much of a difference this makes. I can see it on the screen, but it is far different in person.
John C says, Jennifer's readable now. Nope, still not. Gosh, I don't know. Let me see if I can find it in the Creepers.
But then, oh hey, I'm drinking.
1980 says, only critique is that alligator heads have more of an A-shaped nose to jowl. That has more of a hippo look at some angles.
Tell us how you really feel.
There you go. Okay. Perfect, Jennifer. So hopefully, John C., you can see that. And Jennifer, both Gmail and Gmail posted great. Ezekiel says, the kids are asking, how's Shannon? How is Shannon, Shannon? She's in the chat, I believe. As far as I know, she's doing pretty good.
Ooh, that one did not. Not transfer. Sometimes this works better than others.
Jennifer Hughes, anyone else? Send me some stuff. Careful asking for that on the internet. Silly Zombie says, okay, back, had to fix something. And so help me, if any one of you send anything inappropriate to Jennifer Pugh, I'm going to hunt you down. Be nice. Silly Zombie says, okay, back, sorry, I had to fix something. Brandon Marshall says hello. Hi, Brandon.
Hey, Brandon.
Rob O'Brien says, Rue, do you need a roller?
You.
Press it in, press it in. Shannon asks, how's Gregory's costume coming?
The shirt is finished.
Good.
Now I'm working on the duster, which I think will take a while.
Yeah. So he's got this really awesome, like heavy duty oilcloth duster, and it is resisting the scraper real hard. So now he's cutting some little bits in and then hitting those with the scraper. So at the very least, it's got something to to grab onto. Silly Zombie says, "I'll just bring you the wrong stuff to MHC." Jennifer Hughes says, "Now send me inappropriate stuff too." Edison says, "Pew pew pew." Casper says, "Define inappropriate."
Y'all are bad.
Sean Regal says, "Jennifer Hughes, I'll see what I can find. Still have the mailing address for the Christmas card list." Ezekiel says, "I'm not sending any inappropriate stuff." Well, good. Hate to have to go all Mama Bear on y'all. J.W. Rudiger says, the Gator guy is reminding me of the alien from the OG Star Trek, the one that Captain Kirk battled. Oh, yeah. I think
Every sculpt that's not human kind of goes through that phase a little bit.
The slee stack phase?
Yeah, the slee stack phase. Just about every sculpt that's not human kind of has a slee stack moment.
Ezekiel says, your inappropriate stuff and my inappropriate will be miles apart.
I don't doubt that at all, Ezekiel.
I don't even know. I can't even answer that. Silly Zombie says that. I mean, I did give Bug the rock print at East Coast.
Yeah. Not appropriate.
Inappropriate.
Oh, there's a really nice under eye bag I want to get in here.
Edson Glute says, Rue, will this be a moving jaw head?
This will not. This will be fixed.
Silly Zombie says, hey, you still laughed, therefore it's okay. Jennifer Pugh says, so who was the guy in the Coke shirt? I asked earlier, but from my blocked laptop.
That is Gregory.
Awesome Coca-Cola shirt. Yes, that's Gregory Haynes, guys, from the chat. He's come to a monster camp, and now he is here working on a costume, and actually a couple of costumes.
And I'm one of the patrons.
Oh, and one of our Patreon patrons, so heck yeah. Stricken Ghoul says the Gorn was the Star Trek alien Kirk fights, which now looks more lizard-like and less gator. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Shannon Hobbs says, "Hey Rue, wish we could tell them about the Monster Camp 2025 surprise coming."
Oh. Are we telling them about that?
I don't even know about the Monster Camp 2025 surprise, so it won't come from me.
I do.
Sean Bagel
we've been
says,
talking
"Sean,
about it
Shannon Hobbs, now you have to
today.
tell. You can't tease them like that."
I mean, I did not receive any express permission to be able to say that, so.
Yeah, Shannon
that's-
says, "Not yet."
Okay.
Oh, she's just being teasy. J.W. Rudiger says, "At least it's not giving Barney vibes." Jennifer Pugh says, "Gregory Haynes, oh my god, I've been watching old lives. You're still Beast famous."
Really?
Yeah.
Fine.
Yep, Gregory all went to Monster Day with us.
Yeah.
I kind of try to hang out with you guys
Colorado?
as much as I can.
Yeah. Ezekiel says, "Shannon's teasing. Monster Camp Down Under." There it is. Blew the secret. Edson says, "Monster Camp's getting a hot tub feature." Listen,
I am down for either of those choices. So yeah.
"1980 says, "Okay, Rue, look at the cam view. It needs more jowl." Like, look at the.
The problem is it has the jowl. It's just not here. It's on the sculpt. It's on the body. It has much more jowl. Like much more jowl. The jaw. This is literally just the jaw forward head. There's a whole nother jowl section that starts right at the base of his jaw, and a bellow that comes underneath his neck. But yes, in reference,
Such jowl. Warmonger
Very
says, "Some
little.
horns, and this could be Bowser from Mario."
and this is a little, I don't want to call it cartoon, because it's not really cartoon, but it's a little
It's
more
stylized.
family friendly than some of the stuff we do.
Ezekiel says, "Down Under, and I can introduce you to some crocodiles and koala thingies." Scott Colehart says, "Hey Rue, have you started painting the eye mask yet?"
Eye mask.
Yona Sam.
I have a confused.
1980 says, "Ah, gotcha." Edson Glute says, "Looks like the center of its head needs to be lowered with the eyes higher, or am I thinking of a croc?" Silly Zombie says, "Looks like Leatherback from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles." Rob O'Brien says, "This reminds me of working with Louis the Gator at Disney." Gray got to meet him. We got pictures. "1980 says, "Family-friendly Gatorland mascot." I didn't say it, he said it. That is purely speculative.
You're speculating, 1980.
1980 is speculating. Ezekiel says, "A little more whimsical, Rue."
A little bit.
Whimsy.
Kind of.
We do like a whimsical gator.
He's, yeah. Slightly more whimsical, yet he's still
Gatory.
monstrous. But slightly family friendly-ish too. So
Scott Colehart says, "My croc mask. You were going to paint the eyes? Paint as eyes?"
oh, yes, I did do one of them like that, but it has since been repainted again. I'm sorry, I did not take pictures.
We're cracking up, Silly Zombie. Jennifer Pugh says, "Pure speculation." Because we can neither confirm nor deny.
I mean, what would a place with that name have for a use for something like this?
1980 says, "Oh, sorry." I listen from the mouth of creepers. Rail Rabbit says, "Yeah, I was thinking that too earlier." John C says, "Ezekiel's salty crocs are big enough to eat most U.S. gators." Scott Colehart says, "How did it turn out?"
It was creepy, but did not read well in dark light. Hence why it got repainted.
Boo. 8:35. I'm wondering how his meeting is going.
I hope well.
Hopefully good. Rail Rabbit says, "A new gator haunt, perhaps." Sure. Could be that. I'll never tell, 'cause there's nothing to tell.
My texture tool got full of clay, so it will stop doing texture.
I hate it when that happens. How's it going?
Tell them about our silk pants that we made today.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to show them your stilt pants we made today? So part of what Gregory has come out to work on with is bits for this stilt character that he's coming up with. So today he got to help me wrangle the laser, and we got him some custom to him designed. All right, so your camera's right there.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Here.
You could also show
I'll
them
move it around.
your sculpt you did too.
That's pretty good.
Definitely made for stilts.
Over here. There you go. All right, take a big step back. I'm gonna put you on the tripod cam. You're gonna be front and center. Hold, please.
Hold please.
Hold, please. Tripod cam. There you go. Okay. So these are his pants that he helped me design and laser today. And they're gonna go over his stilts. We're gonna get them distressed a little bit more. All of the distressing that you see on there currently is laser distressing, which is very exciting. And 2 layers, yeah, double whammy there. And so then once we got it all lasered, he tackled Jolene and was able to get them all sewn together by his own self. And
For those that don't know, Jolene is Stacy's.
yes, Jolene's my
Beast.
baby, and the Juki industrial sewing machine. And then also you got to use Sergio, our in-house serger. First time using a serger. Congrats. Tackled it very well.
All those ones are from the real.
J.W. Rudiger says a fedora and white collar could be alligator from Hanna-Barbera. 1980 says this the same scale as a skunk ape? Maybe?
Yes.
Scott Kohler says I try. Ezekiel says salty crocs are massive dinosaurs. We've seen some nasty looking ones in the wild.
Sarcosuchus
There you go.
is the
I'll put you back over here. So you can see
the
while you're-
prehistoric crocodilian. Sarcosuchus and Caprosuchus are the 2 main big ones.
There we go.
I may like gators and dinosaurs. I may really like dinosaurs, so it kind of bleeds into gators.
Robert Ryan says, how did the owlbear turn out?
Good night, Alex!
Good night, Alex. Owlbear turned out great. He is installed in the museum and looking beastly.
And gets way more attention than I ever thought he
oh yeah,
was going to.
people love him.
People love him.
Jennifer Pugh says, I was swigging a drink at the same time as Stacy, but I bet mine was alcoholic. Yeah, mine is strictly water at this point. Jennifer Pugh says, fancy pants. Catherine Haynes says, nice job on the pants. Jennifer Pugh says, Alex, yeah, there was briefly an Alex, and now she is on her way out. David Quintana says, I'm still a little concerned about that owl. Kat Swift says, Stacy, did he thread the serger? If so, I would be even more impressed. No, he did not thread the serger. We did have a thread break and had to rethread part of it, but I did that.
She jumped right on it.
Yeah, because boy, threading that thing's a pain in the butt. Kat Swift says, but working on an industrial machine and a serger is super cool. Silly Zombie says, I still find it crazy that I started watching Stilt Beast videos in the late 2000s, and now I pretty much see you guys every month for a con.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, it was wild that when I started working here, I was like, gosh, Alan looks so familiar. Like, where do I know him from? And it turns out that while I was producing a trail haunt before I came here, I'd saved a bunch of his videos onto my Pinterest. Like the human pelt video and stuff. I was like, yeah, that looks cool. I'm going to do that. Did that. And sure enough, though, I was like, oh, right, that guy.
I know that guy.
I know that guy. It worked out
I
nice.
started him with the graveyard statues. That was the very first video of his that I watched.
Very nice.
And then I had to make it.
Of course. You have to. So there's always says, or training. Yeah, we can't wait to come back to you guys and train.
My first video I ever watched was the human pelt video where he sprays it on
On the
his
fence,
fence
yeah.
up in the backyard without telling Shannon. Yeah.
Yeah. The shenanigans ensue.
Yep, that was the first one I ever watched
And
also.
if you haven't watched that one, go to the Stillbeast page and watch it. If Scott Colehart's still here, maybe he can throw us up a link. But yeah, it's one of the greatest ones.
And then Shannon comes home.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
Ezekiel asks, where is Silly Zombie at? At Woods of Terror.
Whoa. Yeah, he actually, it does look kind of funny because it is pretty much just the skull and jaw section of this gator. And the jowl and neck muscles and everything and bellow are attached to the suit.
Cat Swift says, oh lordy, I remember that video. Jennifer Pugh says, I've been watching Old Lives at work and he was working on his Master of the Universe arms, Pelican Wolfman. Yeah.
Oh,
Line Cook Thor says, that was my first video too. Rob O'Brien says, one word, tentacles.
If you know, you know.
Jennifer Pugh says, tentacles. Now, listen, I feel like as far as memorable lives go, Barnacles was a pretty good one. Hey, wife.
hello, Monster Camp teaser.
What you mean? I just thought I'd just be a little interesting to
Come cruise in here.
just, I just
Say
thought
hi
I'd
to
just
creepers.
tell folks that we have some, we have some monster camp plans coming up.
Yeah.
We have some plans. I have some surprises for you.
Sneaky things.
Yeah. But
Ezekiel-
I gotta wait. I can't just, blurt it out.
Yeah, no.
I have to wait.
You have to drip that information slowly.
If it makes you guys feel any better, when I found out, it was a surprise to me too. So yeah, hey Rob, hello.
Hey, wife.
Can I talk about the ad at all?
No,
No?
not yet.
Okay. I can't talk about anything fun.
No, not yet.
Ezekiel
not yet,
says,
'cause
Woods of
that's
Terror is on
not-
the bucket list for
I
sure.
will tell you that you won't have to wait long to find out the announcement or the surprise. You won't have to wait long.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Because we got to hustle.
It is known. Surprise! Alamacha Art says, I think my first was using fence post foam to fill a mold or something like that. Thank you, Scott Colehart. There is the link for the pelt video.
Scott!
The human pelt we were
Love
talking
that
about.
guy.
One of my favorites.
Scott, you rock.
Oh, is that the original human pelt?
yes.
Where I caught him?
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We
Lion King Thor
were,
says
Stacey and I
Tentacles
were
was
both
good, too.
saying that was the first video that we
That
watched
of his.
of Alan.
That was all real time too, guys. That was not staged. I guess that's why people think it's so funny, because I honestly, what on earth? Why would you not do that on the inside of the fence? And then, of course, he did move it to the inside of the fence and left this bloody outline on the outside of the fence. And I just, why would you not do that? So we had to start having rules about, you would have severed hand, severed arm, severed leg, severed head day, and what great trees we have. So let's put those and hang them from the trees. It's a nice breezy day, and yeah, And so the neighbors didn't know what to think. And I'm like, I swear to God, we're nice people. I swear to God, we're nice people. It just happens to be severed limb day, and we're up against a deadline.
What are you gonna do?
So he never thought anything about hanging them
Lanker
somewhere
says,
where the public can't see.
Right.
He would just hang it right there. Why would I hate these trees? It's got a good breeze today. Get the job done.
Lanker says tentacles is good too. All right, we're gonna run for Roomy Shannon. Rob O'Brien says, hey, the Shannon. Ezekiel says, hey, boss. Jennifer
Hi.
P says, hi, wife.
Hey.
Blanket Thor says, hi, Shannon. 1980 says, hi, Shannon. Masato K says, good to see y'all in the warehouse. Hi, Masato. Jennifer Pugh says, Shannon, my kitty say meow.
Hello.
Ezekiel says, I bet he got a paddling after that from Shannon.
You know, it was.
That's a paddling.
I was just aghast. I can't. What are you doing? This was early in our marriage where I did not realize that this was going to kind of become the standard operating procedure.
There you go.
But boy, did I learn fast. I learned really fast.
Whoa, Alan.
Shenanigans.
Oh, let me tell you what. There are some stories, and I'm not going to tell them on YouTube because they're not suitable for YouTube. But if I'm ever in a room with you fine folks, and I feel like I'm not going to shock or offend, I might tell a story or two. But it's not happening here.
Yeah.
Don't even ask me. Don't even ask me.
Rail Rabbit says, the head looks more like the Florida Gator head versus the Gatorland mascot now that I look at it.
He does look good.
Jennifer Pugh says, it just happens to be Severed Limb Day t-shirt.
Seriously, I just tell you, he was so excited to be making this progress, it just never occurred to him to put the severed heads on the inside of the fence where people can see it.
Edson Gluck says, hello, Miss Shannon.
Hello, Edson.
You got a
So,
fist
yeah.
bump and a wave.
It was one of many.
Creeping into the
One of
window.
many.
Am I a Cyclops
I
here?
can tell you that there was one time I came home and he needed a flat, clear surface, so he brought strangers. People don't even know. I don't even know who these people are. They're in our bedroom. And this pink foam, sheets of pink foam, they needed a flat space to cover it out because there was no flat, clear space in the shop. You're shocked? And they're in our bedroom. Who the hell are you? Get out. And then they're carving this foam on the bed. And I just,
Yep.
hi. I said, oh, hi, I'm such and such. I'm helping Alan. Great, get out. Get out. Go to the
Bye.
sidewalk. Go somewhere. What are you doing in my bedroom? Creepy. He didn't think anything about it.
Ezekiel says,
Story
story time
time
with the
with the
wife
wife.
live. I'm bringing Tim Tams and wine.
Oh my goodness, guys.
Alamantra Art says, hello, Shannon.
Hello. Ow. Hi. Hey, it's good to talk to you guys. Alan is wrapping up his meeting, so he'll be back in here in a minute. But hey, it's good to see you guys. Big Dan.
Big Dan Custom Art says, with stuff like that hanging, you don't have to worry about house break-ins.
You know, I don't. But boy, we weren't invited to any neighborhood cookouts. Nobody likes us. And we're the nicest kids. But no, that wouldn't happen.
Rob O'Brien says, okay, I walked away for a second and came back. The gator looks really good after stepping away and coming back.
Gator does look good.
June Ritchie says, good night,
June.
everyone. Thanks for keeping me company while I reorganized my shop. Such great fun. Good night, June.
Good night, June.
And being a little toothless right now makes him look a little
A little silly.
Little gummy.
a little
He will look
more
fierce
friendly
soon.
than he should.
He will look fierce.
I'm thinking about the laser.
Oh, you want a laser on that, son? Yeah, we can do that tomorrow.
I think, towards the bottom there.
Yeah, sure. Throw some tatters on that baby. Can
Yeah.
confirm.
Have you got the laser fever?
Oh yeah, we also
yeah.
we also have a belt sander
Yeah.
that we can throw it on too and rough it up some. But listen, I'm more than happy to throw some laser holes in that bad boy. We have the
So,
technology.
What you guys are seeing here with Stacy helping out Gregory all week is something that we're contemplating a costume lab by the lovely and fiercely talented Stacy Hawkins, who can teach you all of her ways. It's a cool idea when you think about all the different things we've got here that could really make a cool
Gonna make me blush.
costume.
Bring all the raw materials here and then the magic happens.
Yeah,
There you
that's
go.
what I thought. Bring your costume pieces. She'll show you how to do it, and then you take the costume piece home.
And then make
Yeah. Come make stuff.
make stuff.
John C says, hi Shannon, are you done planting outside?
No, never.
Good night, Scott Colehart.
Good night, Scott.
Ezekiel says, spooky sends smooches. Shannon,
Ooh!
she's a written feisty cat.
You scared me. I didn't see you coming up. Quit. People are looking.
That's my wife.
Quit. People are looking. Come on.
June Ritchie waved.
Good night, June.
Ruggedly Handsome says,
Tag.
is that going to be foam-filled latex?
Tag.
Yes. Foam-filled latex.
Costume lab, a sense of pattern. That's true. However, it's not the surprise.
Rob O'Brien says, nice. Rail Rabbit says, whatever happened to RJ Gators? Ashton Jones says, yes. 1980 says, costume lab, a sense of pattern. Yeah,
Costume what?
costume lab.
I have
Okay.
not told them about our surprise 2025.
You could tell them.
No.
This would be a great
Oh,
place to
he said
reveal
She's
the
been
surprise.
teasing it real hard.
I've done it yet.
Of course you want it.
No, I'm not great at secrets.
You're not. That's why you're just.
I
you
suck
don't
at
need-
secrets.
Don't you are bad at it.
Lion Thor says, hi, Alan. Al Matrar says, sneak attack.
Oh my god.
Ezekiel says, she's back. No more revealing stories about Alan.
It's true. It's true.
That's her contemplative face, guys. She's thinking about it.
Did you trip on this? What'd you do?
We looked at things.
Okay,
They took a field trip.
great. Great, to take a field trip on Rue's ankles?
Jennifer Pugh says, didn't Rue do a good job on that gator?
He did.
Stricken Ghoul says, what weight of foam do you like to use for wearable things?
TCC 266 is the foam that I like. It is basically a 3-pound foam. I want it to be lightweight and flexible. That's the big deal.
Rob O'Brien says, sounds like a Patreon leak, Shannon.
Oh, that's true.
We could leak it on Patreon. Stilpy Studios on Patreon.
Wait a minute, I'm not ready. Okay, I guess I'm gonna be ready.
There we go. We're back to the picture in picture. Creative Doof says, hey, I hear me and Alan again. Keep making stuff.
Yeah.
You're gonna make stuff for another 8 minutes.
Well, every chance I get, I make things.
All them things.
I bet a whole 5 people watching actually understood.
Rue, how much more structural work did you do, or did you just jump right into texturing?
I pretty much smoothed everything back out. I didn't go back into tech structural at all because, yeah, I didn't know how much structure you want.
Well, it's gotta look like one of them dark gutters.
I mean, yeah.
Jennifer Pugh asked, does 3-pound foam self-skin?
There is self-skinning that does. TC266 really doesn't unless you give it a lot of back pressure. Give it a lot of back pressure and it will form a pretty good skin, but normally it's a denser foam that's going to be self-skinning. Like a prop foam, 10 pound, 15 pound, but those are just heavy, especially for something like this.
Rob O'Brien says, that's gonna be a hell of a mold.
This one or the one behind me? And if you guys haven't seen the one behind us,
What?
The bucket
back
head?
at there,
Oh, buckethead.
They got
Yeah.
a little bit of.
Creative Doof asked, where can I find that foam at?
Biddy Mold Supply,
That's brick in the yard mold supply.
the same.
I'm like, I know you're gonna want one of these.
Yeah. Yeah, there are little holes that are like vibration sensors all along the alligator's snout and jaw, because this sits right at the water line a lot of the time.
All along the gator snout.
And
Alan, want to know something funny?
what's that?
I know about those. Yet I knew you would want to put those in there.
I just knew they had to be there.
Jennifer Pugh says, vert to furk, mold behind you.
Well, there's
Yeah.
a sculpture behind me that is large.
It will be molded eventually.
The other thing that's being sculpted.
The other thing.
Yeah, we have a giant foot. We have a
Oh
big-
yeah, we haven't shown off the foot. Would you like to show off your foot? All right. Come.
It's nice to have multiple moving functional cameras.
So nice. All right. This is Gregory's beast foot.
All characters that
For us.
are fine with 4 toes.
Yeah. Give her a spin. So we'll mold that tomorrow. Yeah. Looks great. Yeah. Very productive day.
Last time I was here,
Yeah.
we made that.
The jumping is still pretty
There seems to always be some kind of a werewolf connection.
There's a theme. I sense a theme.
Like werewolves.
Thank you, Scott Colehart. Good night. For the Brick in the Yard link. Riffs of Horror says Leatherhead, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Could be, could be.
Creative View says Medieval Supply. Jennifer Pugh says also nice to have the ladies' night button. Jennifer Pugh says still.
That's being removed.
Yes, that is in fact.
We're
the stilt
removing
foot.
that.
You can't remove it if I
It's
know
a-
how to put it back in.
It's a filtstut.
It's a filth stunt.
Until next time.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna move this now so that it doesn't actually hang in there. How would you do it? But not me. Most of it, right? At the very least, it's not obstructing quite as much. John C. says, Rue, they're called dermal pressure receptors. 1980 says, step 1, place the torso sculpt on a pallet on the ground. Step 2, pry points out the wazoo. Step 3, handle holes in the mold. Step 4, engine hoist to separate.
Well,
That'd do it.
you're partially correct.
You're kind of close.
That sounds like us pouring up the eel.
Yeah. David Quintana says, so the gator is a prop or a costume?
Costume. But every costume is a prop if there's no one in it.
8:58.
Especially if you're filming.
There are so many subtle shapes in crocodilian heads.
So many.
I'm just trying to get right. I need a whole new page of references now that are just close-ups of the eye,
Yeah.
close-ups of, the corner of the mouth.
All that jazz. Jason Gross. Oh, go ahead.
Extreme close.
Extreme close-ups. Jason Gross asks, what is Alan's favorite thing to create? Ezekiel answered for you his next thing.
Yeah, it's this is great. By the time I get done making this, I'm sick of this, and I want to make the next thing. What's the next thing? I don't know, but it's could be cool.
Do you have a genre of things that you like making?
Monsters. I'm a huge fan of hairy bipeds. That's just how it is. I'll admit it.
Hairy biped.
My dancing name in college. Yeah.
Alan's all about hairy bipeds, and I'm all about lizard people.
Lizard people?
Yep.
Lizard.
Lizard people, in doing this, I've been thinking to myself, and I've been going, yeah, lizards are my favorite.
So, like lizard people, like draconids, or like Michelle Obama lizard people?
What?
You haven't. You're on the internet.
I am on the internet, but not on the part of the internet that thinks Michelle Obama is a lizard person.
Oh, that's a big part of the internet. Yeah, you should Google that.
I don't want to Google it.
Yeah. Yeah. You'll see a lot of videos of her eyes changing.
Oh.
Like the nictating membrane will go whoop whoop, like windshield wipers. Whoop, whoop. That sounds like a party noise. Whoop whoop. But that should also be the noise that a nictating membrane makes.
Ezekiel says, I'm all about underbite hillbillies.
And if nictating membrane is not the right word, then I'm sure someone will correct me. We do have
I believe that is the correct word.
qualified people.
Rail Rabbit says he did what in his cup? Jennifer Hughes is LMAO, Michelle Obama.
I'm just saying. Maybe I'm on a different part of TikTok than you guys.
Yeah, I think you might be. You know what I get on TikTok? I get folk music, and I get foraging, and I get cat videos.
So I am a just
And
about
puppets.
50-year-old white dude.
So many puppets.
And it really tries to send me stuff that
It
other
thinks other
50-year-old white dudes want.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
thanks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Randy Wise says, I love the Alan comment
So
of Michelle.
Yeah, but not being political, I don't think she's a lizard person.
Creative Dupe says, Rue, we are hairy bipeds. Warmonger says, her
Yeah,
eyes
we are,
changing.
but-
I'm confused. Ezekiel says, be careful what you Google about Michelle Obama. And that's how you end up on a list. And it is 9:01.
All right. So you guys are awesome. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. I'm sorry I had to run. I'm on the Haunted Attraction Association board, and every now and then they need me.
For stuff.
Yes. We need to do a poll on the live YouTube page to see if there's any other night that people would like us to go live more than Wednesday. Just, we haven't done that in a while. We kind of
Yeah.
we're forcing ourselves upon their lives. Maybe there's a better night for this for everybody.
John C says, nictitating membrane.
Yeah, I forgot
A tape.
an extra tip. in there. Nictitating. The nicotining membrane. That's that piece of paper that's nice to draw on inside a pack of cigarettes.
Rob O'Brien says, have a creep-tastic night. Masato
But you
K
know what I'm
says,
talking
all
about.
the fun. Yeah. Rail Rabbit says, it's 10:02 here. Masato K says, I envy you doing what you love. Ezekiel says, night, legends.
I am absolutely blessed. And I'm blessed because you guys are a part of what we do here all the time. You guys are awesome. Do I have Gregory in shot?
Yes.
Gregory, say goodnight, Gregory.
Night all.
Stacy. Say goodnight, Stacy.
Good night.
Rue. Say goodnight, Rue.
Good night, Rue.
I say goodnight. Go make stuff.
Go Rockstar.
Go make stuff!